Hey everybody, hopefully you can see me okay. Like I said before, yesterday, I think, is that I'm going to start doing more videos about all topics, all health related, food, non-food, shackly, non-shackly, anything I can think of or anything I feel passionate about or excited about. The first one I was thinking about doing was on what is the paleo diet. You guys have probably heard me talk about it a lot, and there's tons and tons of differing opinions on what it actually is and whether or not it's good for you or not. I think that the number one thing that people disagree on is what the actual diet is. Like, what does it mean when you say that you're eating paleo? There are tons of different answers to that question, and I think that that's okay. I think people have different ideas of what it is. I'm going to explain what I think it means to me. To me, I'm not so worried about the fact that I need to be eating woolly mammoth and other things that were around back then. That's not the point. The point is to eat a diet closer to what we evolved to eat, okay? So that means a lot less of this processed food. Our bodies don't understand what these chemicals are, artificial flavors and colorings and things like that. So when you talk about eating the way that we evolved to eat, it's not so much that I need to eat bison liver every single day, which is, I'm assuming, incredibly nutritious and healthy for you, but that's not the point. It's that you're eating closer to what we ate long time ago. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the reason we do it is because we've noticed that there's a ton of inflammation in our bodies based on the way that we currently eat, okay? So the whole idea is to eat a certain way to decrease the inflammation in the body. So you think about the things that cause the most inflammation or maybe gut irritation. A lot of that is grains, some legumes, and some dairy for a lot of people, okay? So this isn't every single person. It's not every single person who's ever had bread gets gut irritation or inflammation. But typically, fruits and vegetables are not causing gut irritation the way that other more modern foods are. And believe it or not, grains are modern compared to what we evolved to eat. And it's mostly because the grains have changed. So not only was there not any grains for a long time, but the grains that we're eating today, the wheat that we eat today, is almost unrecognizable to what we had a long time ago. It's processed in a way that removes what is nutritious in it, and it's also been grown in a way to, the wheat is now shorter, fatter, easier to grow, easier to harvest, but it's changed. It's not as nutritious as it once was, and it also is more likely to cause irritation or inflammation in the gut. Not to mention, we cheapen it by adding a bunch of junk and fillers and other things to our bread. Bread should not last 2 weeks in a baggie in the cabinet. Bread should go bad in 1 day. If your bread does not get hard and crunchy after 1 day, it's not fresh bread. There's stuff in it that is keeping it soft and mushy. So that's the other thing, the second part. So it's not necessarily like, oh gosh, I will never eat those things. It's just I know that what I'm doing to my body when I do eat those things. And then the third thing I want to clear up is that it's not just meat. You know, I think people have gotten a little bit carried away with this whole, lower carb, lots of animal protein, that sort of thing. It's not necessarily the point of the paleo diet. The point of the paleo diet is when you do eat meat to make it good, healthy meat. And I don't just mean like boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I mean, it didn't come from factory farming. It came from an animal who ate what that animal is supposed to eat. So if you're eating beef, it's a cow that ate grass. It wasn't in a feedlot having corn and antibiotics shoved into it. It's as close to nature and as close to the way that it should be as possible. And it's not just cherry picking the best parts of the meat that we think that we like or what we're used to. So in other words, it's not just eating the chicken breast. It's eating the chicken thighs. It's eating the dark meat. It's eating the skin. It's eating it's using the bones to make a bone broth later. It's utilizing more of the animal because that's what makes us healthy. So it's not about eating a lot of meat. Yes, you can eat meat, and meat is a big part of people who eat paleo's diet, but it's a different kind of meat, and it's more different cuts, and it's, like I said, closer to the way that nature intended it. And then Last thing, because I want to clear this up because I think this is a huge misconception. Back to the whole, it's not all about the meat thing. It is primarily fruits and vegetables. So anybody who's eating paleo the right way, at least according to what I think is the right way, should be eating 80% fruits and vegetables. I mean, that should be the base of your diet. It's fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, healthy fats, and animal protein or other sources of protein, but primarily animal protein, eggs, meat, that sort of thing. So, but that's at like the top of that pyramid. It's all the other things first. Vegetables, healthy fats, fruits, nuts and seeds, with meat at the top of the tiny little pyramid. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit about what the paleo diet is. It's not, you know, all just trying to live a hunter-gatherer lifestyle. There's a reasoning for it. It's getting the most nutritious foods you can in your body and eliminating the ones that are more likely to cause inflammation or irritation and that have little value to us. People say a lot of times like, oh, how can you live without bread? And don't get me wrong, I love bread. Bread is very hard for me to live without in the sense that it's convenient and it's easy and it's cheap. But really, it's not the best choice for me. There's nothing that I get from bread that I can't get from other sources. I get tons of fiber for fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and things like that. And really, there's not a great argument, another reason to eat that much bread. Not to mention it helps me keep my weight down when I avoid it. So that is my recap of what a paleo diet is. I'm sorry it ran longer than I thought, but I hope it helps clear up common misconceptions about what that actually means. I'd love to hear your questions, so if you have any, please let me know. Just comment or message or whatever. I'd be more than happy to talk about it further. Okay, thanks.